Om Shanti and a very good morning. Today we continue the Murli dated 18th January 1973. The title of today's Murli is To Be Equal and Close. Yesterday you heard a part of the Murli where Baba says, are you equal and close to the Father? Baba asked yesterday in the Murli that how much time is now left in order to recognize the time. And if you're close to being similar, then you're close to the time. Baba said in this special month, you have to place two special things in front of you as your aim. That is, one is love, and the other is to be absorbed in love, that is love lean. And how in your words, actions, connections, and relationships, there has to be love, and how you have to be absorbed in love, where you're actually merged with the Father. You got to forget everything else and make yourself soul conscious and be completely absorbed in love of the Father. So let's continue further from here. Love is the key to the lock. This is the master key which can make any unfortunate soul, into a fortunate soul. Baba asks, have you experienced this? The master key of love with which you can open the lock and make any unfortunate soul into a fortunate soul. The more love you develop for Bap Dada, the more the lock of the intellect opens. The more love you develop for Bap Dada, the more the lock of the intellect opens. If there is less love, then the luck is also less. So, do you have the key to open the lock on the luck of all souls? You do not sometimes lose this key, do you? Or does Maya, in her different forms and colors, steal this key from you? Maya also has her vision on this key. Therefore, constantly keep this key with you. Which is the key? The key is of love. There is love for many things. This is where Maya comes in. There is love for many things. If you have love for other things, then love for the Father becomes a percentage. Then it doesn't remain being completely merged in love with the Father. So when there is love for many things, then love for the Father becomes a percentage. If there is a feeling of ownership with your own body or with any of your belongings, then understand that there is a percentage in your love. If there is a feeling of ownership with your own body or with any of your belongings, then understand that the love for the Father is not 100%. Then understand that there is a percentage in your love. There's a division in your love. To finish this consciousness of mind means to become similar to the Father. When you have the consciousness of mind, Bap Dada is not constantly with you. When you have the consciousness of mind, Bap Dada is not constantly with you. So there's this quote in Hindi, Maya, if we can term it as Pap, then it is जहाँ पाप है वहाँ बाप नहीं, जहाँ बाप है वहाँ पाप नहीं. So when you have the consciousness of mind, then Bap Dada is not constantly with you. So underline the word not constantly with you. Those who have love to a percentage can never become perfect. Those with a percentage, that is, those with a defect, can never become perfect. Sri Baba says that if there is Maya, if there is a division of love, means it's a defect in your love. And when there is defect in your love, then you can never become perfect. So those who have love to a percentage can never become perfect. Those with a percentage, that is, those with a defect, can never become perfect. Therefore, in this year, finish the percentage and become perfect. Then, this year will bring about the shower of destruction. You're being given 1 year so that you do not then complain that you did not know. 1 year is instrumental in an elevated reward being created for many years. 1 year that Baba gives, that 1 year is instrumental in an elevated reward being created for many years. Become a checker and check your own self. Make yourself perfect in this one main aspect. And then all the different types of defects will automatically finish. So, this effort is easy, is it not? If you remain absorbed in love for the Father, you are then easily able to make others similar to yourself and similar to the Father. If you remain absorbed in love for the Father, you are then easily available to make others similar to yourself and similar to the Father. So, this year, you have to continue to move along whilst considering this year to be the year to become similar to the Father. So, according to the drama, Bap Dada is also instrumental in such children being given the blessing of Tattvam, that is, you are the same. According to the drama, Bap Dada is also instrumental in such children being given the blessing of Tattvam. That means that you are the same. The speciality of this year is to become similar to the Father and bring the time close. You have to bring about in yourself the speciality of the time. You have to bring about in yourself the speciality of the time. Acha, to such children who are similar to the Father, to those who are constantly loved, sorry, to those who are constantly lovely, on who remain absorbed in love, to the ones who are humble and constantly engaged in the task of construction, to those who bring about the speciality of the time in themselves, to the souls who remain constantly stabilized in their elevated stage of self respect, to the elevated and equal souls, Bapdada's love and remembrance. To such children who are similar to the Father, to those who are constantly lovely and remain absorbed in love, to the ones who are humble and constantly engaged in the task of construction, to those who bring about the speciality of the time in themselves, to the souls who remain constantly stabilized in their elevated stage of self respect, to the elevated and equal souls, Bap Dada's love and remembrance. And from us children, love, remembrance, and namaste to a dear sweet Bap Dada. Om Shanti. Let's take a couple of moments to reflect on the points of this short but profound Murli, and then come back ready to share. Yes, you can unmute yourself and share.
Om Shanti Vinishpai,
Om Shanti Ben.
sitting in the corridors of Madhuban, enjoying and basking in such a beautiful love, and listening from our mindset trainer, Vinishpai, in his husky voice about God's love. I just don't know, I think what more, and especially in this cold when you sit here and shiver when you have, and to hear such kind of universal, unique, beautiful love of God. I remember the Murli, on 18,171, the 18th January Murli, the previous one which was read, but Baba just said, okay, today is the day of power, but this power you can claim from me as a blessing only through love. It's only love which is going to give you that power. So if you really want power as a blessing from me today, that is 18th January, you can only get it through love. And I had spoken about Tatatvam there. If I have the deep love in my heart, then I can give love to others. If somebody just looks at me and sees, what's this person? Why is she looking so crazy or so a kind of a something different? If suppose I can really show that love merged, love absorbed, then my love becomes a key and I can pass on that key to others and make them up some God's love, a divine force. It really transforms everything in you. And when you're absorbed, there's no question, this, that, yay, oh, nothing comes. And for this, as Baba has rightly said, I have to make him my companion. Absolutely, absolutely. Only he love, no other mind, nothing. I think this Murli, more than churning or reading, it needs, the total going to each and every sitting in, especially when you're sitting in Madhuban, going through each nerve of your body and experiencing God's love. I remember a long time back, I used to share with Praful Bhai the song which we learned when we were young, God's love. So wonderful, so high, so deep, so wide. So much more I can say, but now I think I really want to listen to other hearts of love to see how their hearts are beating with his love and what locks have they opened. Tatatvam. Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Kirshaben, for sharing your takeaways and sharing your wonderful experience vividly. Yes,
Shanti. So, Baba says, the we have to become a checker, and then we need to check, if there is any sort of a like that we have for other objects. There should not be any percentage to Baba's love. So, if there is anything else, then there is that mind comes, right? So, then we can never become perfect. So that means we will be left with some or the other defect. So our intention here is to become perfect, and Baba giving us this year is to become similar to him, right? And that's how we will bring time close. So we have to utilize this blessing that Baba is giving, Tadatvam, to become like him. So, so we need to check the love, lovely and love. It's more of experiencing that stage, lost in one's love stage, more to experience constantly a lovely stage. And then when we are in that stage, and of course we are observed in that love. Om Shanti. Thank you. Thank you, Baba.
yes, Bajit Bhai. As you and Kirshaben shared, it's like one side there is Maya, and one side there is Baba, and one side is love which is divided, the other side there is undivided love. One way to look at it is to say that once I'm free from Maya, then I'll be completely merged as one with Baba. Versus looking at it from another perspective where you see that presence of light is absence of darkness. The same way, the presence of undivided love is an access to get done with divided love. So it's not that when you get free from Maya is when you will have undivided love. When you have undivided love, in the complete percentage is when there will be no division. And like how both of you shared, that it's not something to churn or something to speak about, it's something to experience. So, in this moment, when we actually look at Tattvam relating to my own self, every one of us relating to our own self as I am the same. And we all know there is a gap. But the moment you orient yourself and stabilize yourself and place yourself in the space of I am the same, the space to magically experience the love of Father becomes available. Thank you, both of you, for those wonderful points that you shared. Yes,
Divesh Bhai, I just had a question. See, the Murli speaks about a speciality, and the speciality is closeness of time and becoming equal to the self. So, is Baba talking here about the time of the confluence age that we experience the love only now? Because even in the copper age, there were saints and philosophers and people madly in love with God. So, can you tell me what's this speciality of time which God has said, or will you say that the God which they loved in the copper age or something else? Because even there I found untold love, like love flew from everyone, every soul set. So even they were loving, right? So what's that speciality which Baba is emphasizing in this Murli this time?
yes, according to me, Baba is mentioning about the confluence age because that's where we are. And these are the practices that Baba is showing us to reflect that only when that love is there is where it will first lead to destruction and creation, then creation. So, very much it is referring to the current times where we complete the number that is required to bring in the golden age again. If anyone else has anything to add on top of this or share their views, You can please do that. Yes, Bijit Bhai, Om Bhai, Rakhi Ben, anyone?
Shanti, brother. Good morning. Here again, it's usually uh, Baba says, जहाँ पे पाप है वहाँ बाप नहीं. That used to be sounding like a taskmaster, but again it sounded so lovely today. जहाँ बाप है वहाँ बाप नहीं. Baba put it this way today. It seemingly felt very lovely. That actually did not sound more intimate or the thing type, but it is actually as the flow of the movie is to be equal into part. It's actually sounded very lovely and it allows us to be with Father more rather than be afraid of anything. Thank you. Okay.
Yes. So, in a way, Vinod Bhai, if you see that there cannot be two swords in one scabbard. So it either can be one, which is Maya, or one very completely undivided, coming with complete undivided love. So Baba says, I'm here with undivided love for you. Are you making yourself available with undivided love? Or is there space? Like, if you want to make space for this and this, it's not possible because there is space only for one. So if you want to be completely merged, that the presence of having that is the absence of having divided love. Yes, Vinod Bhai. Thank you.
But Vimesh Bhai, you're saying about two swords and all. Okay, that concept holds good. We cannot have two. I agree with that. But I just wanted to ask that. So the difference you can say is the relationship, because love has to lead not just to a connection, but it has to lead to a relationship with one. So probably in the copper age, there was not just one, there were too many concepts of God. Maybe I'm just trying to stretch my mind to think maybe that was the difference in love, where each one were going on a different path. But now there's just one path. So maybe, so correct me if I am wrong. Then secondly, what is this luck which Baba is talking about? Love is the key to the lock and to open the luck. Now, can you define the luck over here? Not only my luck, also luck to other souls. And Baba is, of course, we know what is it, he has not defined. You know why I'm asking you? This is 18th January 1973. And I was just thinking why there was no Abhyakt Murli on 18th January 1972. Otherwise, I could have got some link from there. So what is this luck? And secondly, am I right when I said about the copper age? Too many paths. Om Shanti.
Well, I would leave certain parts for the others to share their perspectives on. But yes, what you asked, Kirjaben, that what is luck is right now you're sitting in Madhuban, having that pristine experience, holistic experience of an experience of love and you being in this learning as a part of this family since the number of years that you have been here. It's a fortune. You're fortunate to belong here. In simple words, we can say you're lucky to be here. So if there is less love, then the luck is also less. Means I would relate to that we are all fortunate. There is a lot of fortune that Baba has opened up to all the children equally. But we are not being that fortunate because of our division of love. So to experience that fortune is when you let the hand go, where you've held things, people, experiences out of attachment. That's why Baba said the more love you develop for Bapdada, the more the lock of the intellect opens. When the intellect opens, then you would be able to take that fortune to the maximum. And because the intellect is not opened, because it is divided, then there is less love because the love is divided. And then the luck is also less, means you're not able to take that fortune. It's not that the fortune is not there. That's why the next sentence Baba asked that, do you have the key to open the lock on the luck of all souls? So first of all, that master key is that of undivided love in full percentage being merged with the Father. See, Baba's used the words unfortunate, fortunate, luck. If you look at it from that perspective, it all means that it's not something that is beyond you. It's not the luck that you would say that, oh, it's not that luck out of fate. It is fortune that Baba is mentioning here, according to me. So even in the copper age or any point of time earlier, yes, the attention from the Supreme One did come down in terms of certain religious practices or whatever other practices were there. Not that the love wasn't there, but somewhere the replacement of that undivided love got replaced with some other form of love, which was love, but was not complete love. If anyone has any other perspective to add here, please do that.
Om Shanti. Just adding on to what Vinesh Bhai said. The love has so much of power. So it's like a thread, thread is thread of love, and where we can, we all can be different pearls in that. So when there is love, right? When Baba brings this love, right? We all know that we are children of one God, I mean, one Father. So then so many other things also come. Unity comes, right? We start respecting one another. We feel we all are one family, right? And then we start loving everyone, and that everybody is our brothers, and so we So we feel like the whole world is ours, right? Everybody in the world is ours, and when we realize, those who realize Baba, so they of course have the consciousness of staying beyond the world, right? And when we see people, um, those who have not realized Baba, they're trying to, their love for God is, we can say, percentage, or they have not really realized. So therefore, objects or things that is trying to divert them, right? So they're not really experiencing that, or they're not able to see the whole world as one family and experience it, and then stay beyond all the problems, right? So here uh, sort of balance comes. So um, not just with the family, but also with everyone. So that all thing is that one thread, love, right, that brings in. And rest all, we can see it as different pearls, coming together. So the whole thing happens with the power of love. And that we get, it becomes that the power of love becomes real love only when we realize God, when Baba comes into the picture. Otherwise, we become percentage. It will be mine, and mine. Everything is mine, and so that it will become a limited love there. We don't have that broad way of thinking. Yeah, Om Shanti. Thank you.
Just adding on further to this discussion of luck and love, there's this statement in the Murli where Baba says, so do you have the key to open the lock on the luck of all souls? So going beyond being connected to Bab Dada and having that 100% love for Bab Dada, Baba is further elevating this virtue of love for us, asking us a question. Are we using this virtue of love and opening the fortune of others? So one reflection is, how much are we serving with this virtue of love, of being 100% lovely or connected to Baba and spreading that love out in the world? So are we looking at people outside the community of Brahma Kumaris as being Baba's children with the same love? Is one reflection that I'm getting while all of you are sharing on what do you mean by the key, or the key of love, which is opening the lock of fortune. Om Shanti.
Wonderful points from both of you all, from Pichitpa and Rakipan. But talked about percentage. Those who have love to a percentage can never become perfect. And those with a percentage, those with a defect, can never become perfect. How Baba has linked undivided love as to be perfect, and defect as not as anything wrong, but only as a reflection, as the gap that would be there to look at covering upon the finishing that percentage and becoming perfect.
Vimish Bhai, may I just add something?
Sure.
I feel they say love kills. It's so thing, it just robs you of all your the ordinariness, it makes you crazy. I think God's love is also that it really robs our soul of everything else, kills us, takes somewhere very far. And it's so unique, But very sorry to say, throughout the day, I was just thinking, then why don't I feel it throughout the day like a person madly in love? No, it's during that Amrit Vela or during in the night before I go to sleep, when I hand over my keys to him and say, hello, take care. That's the time we really realize, hey, there's a person over here who's shouting out, I love you, but I'm busy going to office, going here, going there. I was just thinking, we've taken his love for granted or what. I was just churning out because it's something very different, I think, in the Sangam Yuga. And sometimes I've seen Dadi Janki when she says, no, she'll do like this, my pyare Baba, like a baby, she will just float a loving kiss as she loves. And I just saw, she said, Baba, mere haath ka ye sab फेरते थे. And when Bab Dada used to put a hand on her, I was just thinking that kind of love. They experienced it. But love kills, I think, and that's a nice thing which Baba is really using in the Sangam Yuga to pull all his children back.
Mm. Mm.
Something, the other facet of love I'm seeing in Baba.
Yes. Which city do you live in, Kejavan?
Where now or
Which
always?
city? No, wait, right now you've come to Madhuban, but which city do you live in?
Oh, come on, Mimish Bhai. I'm from Pune, the great Jagdamba Pune.
Okay, so Pune, if you go onto the streets,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah,
will you experience pollution?
pollution. Yeah, sometimes when
Yeah,
I walk down, I put a mask on my thing, of course,
yeah,
at the
you do, right?
canals. Yeah,
Yeah. And right now you are in Madhuban. Do you experience pollution?
I have not still gone to the roads, Dinesh
It's,
Bhai. I'm
yeah,
sitting
yeah,
cozy still in front of the room. So maybe that's not there.
yeah. So there are two different worlds where it actually is that uh, looking at the environment around us, which is so
Mhm.
depleted when we go out with uh, everyone around us having depleted energies, and we, thanks to the sustenance that we are getting from Baba, that we're getting to elevate ourselves and get the purity, uh, non-polluted environment that you're getting in Madhuban. So yes, love does kill. It does kill all the Maya that is around us. So when you elevate yourself and take this power from Madhuban, the space of Madhuban, the Madhuban not only in the physicality, but even in your soul, in your mind, when you take it back to Pune or to anywhere else, even with that pollution around, you can stand with having that key of love in you, within you, for yourself. When I say yourself means in the experience to being merged with the Father and then making it available for each and every soul that is around you. Depending on how much that soul is willing to pull that love out of you, is again that soul's fortune. But you going back with that power and constantly remaining in the experience of Madhuban, even after you've gone back where you go back, that is when magic happens, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's an experiment worth trying. But I won't agree with you if you're saying when it's depleted. I feel like it's a perfume bottle which is inside my heart. I have not just opened the nozzle to spray it, but it is there, I think,
Exactly.
in each one of
It is
us.
there.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is there. Let it be. we've not opened because many of us are not aware that the nozzle there is a cap on the nozzle. We can't get the fragrance which is there inside because we are so colored and clouded by uh, Maya that we forget that all that we need to do is just open the cap of the bottle, and yes, the perfume is there.
Oh my God, you're
That
making
was a
me
good
so
one,
guilty now.
Girjaban.
You're making me so
There is
guilty
no
now.
guilt here. It's a reflection. It's a reflection. We're
Don't
all beautiful souls
test
of the beautiful
don't
Father.
test my love.
So just adding on to both of your conversation, love is the key, which where we were speaking, you all were speaking about what it is destroy or depleting. Yes, it is. It takes away Maya, but it is at the same point of time allowing you to find your own self. So how about talking about finding yourself in love and spreading that perfume back, as both of you are discussing, in the world, and
That's
forgetting
nice.
about.
That's nice, Rakhi Ben. That's very nice. I think you made me bloom.
So
All right. Anyone else? Okay, so let's get into a silent meditation today of reflection, like what Girjavan said in the start. Let it not be only the journey. Let it be in the experience. So let's actually spend a couple of moments in the experience of Tattvam before we close in for today's day, getting deep into the silence of the fragrance of our souls, the unconditional, the undivided love that we all have within us. The experience of merging with the Father, the experience of oneness, Tattvam. You are the same. Om Shanti. Thank you all, the beautiful souls, for of the wonderful Father. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, family, for this divine experience. Om Shanti.